Yo, what is up NBA fans? It's Mike here. I got a very simple video for y'all today. These are simply my All-Star predictions for the 2021 NBA season. We are not super far into the season, but I think we're far enough that we can have a relatively good idea as to what players are playing at an All-Star level and have a good chance to make the team. Now, I want to clarify before I get into this list, these are not necessarily my picks. Was I to be the one who is let's say I was in full control of choosing the All-Star teams, this is not necessarily the exact same picks as I would have, and certainly not in the same order when it comes to like who's starting and who's coming off the reserves, etc., etc. These are what I predict will be the All-Stars, specifically who is the All-Star starters, who is the reserves, alright? So I just wanted to clarify that in case you disagree with me, but still, in the comments, feel free to let me know if you do have any disagreements with my predictions, because I could definitely end up being wrong. In fact, if every single one of these is correct, I will be pretty dang shocked, alright? So with that out of the way, let's get right into it with the Eastern Conference All-Star starters. And to start off, I gotta go with my guy, Joel Embiid. Alright, the man is currently leading the MVP race. Did I really just say fricking race? The MVP race, because I know how to say words properly. Embiid is currently first in the MVP race. If you oh my god, I said it again! I don't know how much of this I'm gonna edit out, but there was a very large amount of screaming at myself there, okay? Trust me. Embiid is currently first in the MVP race, okay? If you disagree, you are wrong. He has been dominating, the Sixers have been dominating, and unlike many of the other MVPs, such as Kevin Durant or LeBron James, Joel Embiid does not have a fellow superstar on his team. He has been absolutely phenomenal. He is absolutely going to be an all-star starter. Next up for the Eastern starters, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown, and Bradley Beal. Now, Giannis and KD are obvious ones. They're both having MVP caliber seasons, even if Giannis is not getting the media coverage he probably deserves simply because he won the last two. Jaylen Brown has had a phenomenal start to this season, and even though it's still debatable whether Brown has really been a better player than Jason Tatum this season or in general, Brown has played more games. The Celtics are a very popular team who are winning games despite Tatum missing some games. I'm just going to say games a lot here. Jaylen Brown is going to be an all-star starter, alright? He's fantastic, and also, after Embiid, Giannis, and KD, the talent level in the East for stars really kind of drops down, so I don't think it's that unreasonable for Brown to be considered a starter. And last up, Bradley Beal, the man who was a ridiculous freaking all-star snub last season. I promise you that is not going to happen again. Bradley Beal is currently averaging, I believe, about 34 to 35 points a game. The Wizards suck ass, yes, but Beal has been the best player on this team by far. One of the best players in the East. He absolutely deserves this. I think he's going to get the votes simply because everyone knows what a ridiculous snub it was for him to not make the All-Star team last season. Bradley Beal is very likely, in my opinion, to be an All-Star starter. Now, looking at the Western Conference starters, first and foremost, obviously, we have the most popular player in the league, LeBron frickin' James, alright? I don't think there's really anything to explain there. It's LeBron James. There's zero chance he's not a starter. Followed by LeBron, we have Steph Curry. Now, you can make an argument, and this is a tiny spoiler alert, I guess, since I'm not telling you all five of them right this exact second. Steph Curry's on here as a starter. Dame is not. It's a popularity thing, alright? In my opinion, Steph Curry and Dame have been playing at a very similar level so far this season. I believe Dame is actually averaging slightly more points than Curry, but like Curry might have slightly better efficiency. They're very, very close, but Steph is a more popular player. People are thrilled to have him back. I think he might be winning more games than Dame right now. Steph is going to start over Damian Lillard, okay? There's just no way he doesn't. People love Steph Curry. maybe the second most popular player in the league right now behind LeBron, and I'd say Luka and Giannis are the other competitors. Speaking of Luka, Luka is going to be an all-star starter in the West. So is Nikola Jokic. Both of these guys are very close to averaging a triple-double. Jokic actually is averaging a triple-double as I'm recording this right now, though it's possible his assists drop down to just a tiny bit below 10. Very soon. And then the last all-star starter in the West, LeBron, Jokic, Luka, Steph, and Anthony Davis. Now, in my opinion, Anthony Davis should not be an all-star starter in the West, okay? He has not played at quite that level this season. He's been phenomenal, but he has not played at quite an all-star starter level, at least not in the Western Conference. However, the man's a Laker. They just won a championship. Anthony Davis is going to get the votes to be an all-star starter. It's just that simple. I fully believe he's going to start because he has still been very, very good, and the Lakers are absurdly popular. AD is going to get the votes he needs. Now, to the reserves. I believe I did these teams right, where everybody has 7 reserves for each conference. So, for the Eastern Conference reserves, I have Jason Tatum, Chris Middleton, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Bam Adebayo, Domantas Sabonis, and Trae Young. Now, let me go over these. First of all, I mentioned Tatum earlier. Fully could start over Brown if he had been healthy, but he's played less games than Brown this season. But there's no way he doesn't get a reserve. Some people are going to dislike Middleton being on here. Those people are stupid. Middleton has been very good this season. There's no real argument for him to not be an all-star. The Bucks are very good. Seriously, y'all gotta stop hating on Middleton. The man's an all-star. Chill the heck out. Kyrie Irving and James Harden. Talent-wise, Kyrie Irving and James Harden both could easily start. However, Kyrie Irving has missed a lot of games because of personal reasons and COVID restrictions, and he just makes himself incredibly unlikable. Now, he's still popular enough and talented enough that he is going to be an all-star. I don't see a way Kyrie Irving is not an all-star unless the Kyrie Irving hatred really has reached a new level. He's still going to be one, but he's a reserve. James Harden has been an all-star starter for the last, I don't know, like 5 or 7 years or something, but he just switched conferences. He's having a little bit of a slow start now while he's on the Nets. He's made himself very unlikable over the last few months, forcing his way out of Houston, and so once again, even though I think he will get the votes to be an all-star of some form, I don't think he's going to have the popularity to make it as a starter. Alright, not over Brown and not over Beal. Sabonis has been fantastic this season. This is going to be his second All-Star appearance. I don't see a way he doesn't make it. He's been absolutely phenomenal. The Pacers have been overachieving in many people's eyes, even though I don't really think they have. Sabonis is great. He's going to be an All-Star. Bam Adebayo has been great this year. Alright, he just had a 41-point game the other day and a very close loss to the Nets. People love Bam. He's playing good. Jimmy Butler's been out. Why? Why do I keep yawning? I swear I'm not that tired right now, guys. I don't know what the heck is up with me. Bam Adebayo is going to be an all-star, alright? I think he's going to be the only all-star in the Heat. Jimmy Butler has just missed a whole lot of games, and Bam has been playing well, so I think it's going to be just him. And in case there's any Heat fans out there who are saying that Tyler Hero should be an all-star, shut the fuck up. Alright, and then last in the East, Trae Young. The Hawks have been very iffy. Trae Young started shooting crazy, and then he really died down afterwards. He's certainly not going to start like he did last season, but Trae Young's still certainly going to be an all-star. He has the popularity. Atlanta's a pretty big fan base. He's still playing pretty well. Trae Young will be an Eastern all-star, and that finishes the Eastern Conference. Let's move on to the West. First 2 reserves in the West, or you know what, let me just list all of them. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, Donovan Mitchell, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Those are the Western Conference All-Star reserves. Getting the 3 really easy ones out of the way, Kawhi, Paul George, Damian Lillard. All 3 of these guys could easily be starters, and probably would if you moved any of them to the East, alright? Actually, that's not necessarily true for Kawhi and PG because the East frontcourt is pretty stacked, but Damian Lillard would easily be an all-star starter in the East, alright? It's very close with him and Steph. But I just think he doesn't have the same popularity Steph does, so Steph's going to make it over him. Kawhi and PG have both been great, but LeBron and AD are on the Lakers, and they are on the Clippers. They don't have the same popularity. That's just how it is. I think they're going to be reserves this year. Devin Booker has been great so far this season. Not having his necessarily best season of his career, but the Suns have been winning more, and because of that, he is going to finally make a real all-star team. Last year, he made it as like a replacement. This year, he's going to legit make it, okay? Devin Booker's going to be an all-star. Zion Williamson. Talk about the hype. Zion Williamson has an absurd amount of height. He has an absurdly large fan base, and even though he hasn't been blowing people out of the water this year, he's been playing at an all-star level, and he's going to make the all-star team because people want to see more Zion. That's how it is. They want to see Zion. Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz have been great. The Jazz are currently third in the West, very, very close to first. They've been overachieving. People do not like Rudy Gobert very much, but they like Donovan Mitchell a lot. Therefore, Donovan Mitchell is going to be an all-star. And last but not least, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, before this season, I said that Shai would not be an all-star yet this year. I said that he would probably be one next year or the year after. But honestly, the Thunder have been doing a little bit better than expected. They have not been the worst team in the West, and a big part of that is Shai. Shai is averaging something like 22, 5, and 6 right now on good efficiency. The man has been ridiculously good so far this season. He should be an all-star. He fully deserves to be one, and I think he will be one because people like Shai. Now, to finish off this video, let me talk about a couple of the guys who I left off. There are two big ones, one from each conference. First of all is Ja Morant from the Western Conference. Ja's been great this year, but he's missed games. Alright, he's missed too many games in my opinion. I believe he's played like 4 or 5. There's no way he makes an all-star team with so few games, aka so many games missed. Although he would probably be there over either Shai or Donovan Mitchell if he had played so far this season, alright? Dude's a very good player. He just hasn't played enough. Ben Simmons in the East has been an all-star the last 2 years. He has finally picked up his game over the last few days, but it's just not enough soon enough to make him an all-star. Now, it may be enough to help the Sixers do really well this year, but I can't see Ben Simmons making an all-star team simply because his points are down, pretty much everything's down for him, and it's going to take him time to recover. The casual NBA fan, and even the casual Sixers fan, absolutely hates Ben Simmons right now. He's not going to get the votes, and he's not going to make the team. Tobias Harris is another guy in the East, and this is the guy I'm going to end this video with. Tobias Harris, I would love to be an all-star. Okay, I would love it. The man's been super efficient. He's currently shooting 50, 40, 90 while playing amazing defense. The issue with him is that he just doesn't have the popularity. He doesn't have the name. You know, not enough people know or care about Tobias Harris. He's not going to make the team, even though the Sixers are currently the 1 seed. Joel Embiid is going to be the only Sixer who is an all-star this year, I think. Maybe not the only All-NBA player. I could see Ben Simmons have a big comeback towards the end of the season and making the All-NBA team. But we've only got about a month left before the All-Star team, and I just don't think it's enough time for him. So those are my All-Star predictions for 2021, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, let me know if you agree or disagree with my takes. You know, if there's anybody you think I really left out, let me know. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and keep watching my videos, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.